We are Marcel and Vendy. In January 2020, we flew to Chile and bought an old ambulance to convert into our dream camper van. We spent 2 months building the van on the streets of Santiago until March 2020 when the pandemic hit and kicked us out of Chile. Fast forward to October 2022. We are packing again for our next big adventure. Except I'm not exactly sure that it's going to actually start on time because we've just discovered the mother of all fuck-ups. Last time when we went to Chile, we didn't need visas to enter the country, and we just discovered when checking into our flight that I, as an Australian, now need a visa, and it can take 2 weeks to process. I just spent the best part of 2 to 3 hours filling in the application form. Our flight is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We have no idea if we're going to get on this flight. What's calling?
There might be some solution that maybe we can provide, but I'm not sure now. Let me find out, and I will call you back. All right?
Okay, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much. My expectation of catching the flight went from 5% to maybe 7 or 8. You don't have good news. Okay.
Okay, so no way it will be before 3 o'clock. I'll be discussing here with our colleagues. That's it. I can tell you anything else about it.
Well, I don't think I've ever fucked up this bad. We've just rebooked our flights for another month because the Chilean visa application won't accept visas if you're planning on traveling within 30 days. So we just spent a bucket-load of money rebooking our flights. We were so excited to go today, but now we have to wait another month. So that was really, really fucking dumb. So instead of moping around Czech for a month, we got really cheap flights to Morocco with an 8-hour stopover in Rome. We landed in Marrakesh, did some sightseeing, and then headed to the surf towns for some much needed stress relief and calming down. Welcome back. It has been over a month. I've got the visa now. It only took 4 days to get after we applied for it. We are now in November. It has been over a month and we are leaving tomorrow. So we are just finishing. Actually, we're just starting our packing. It's pretty late, but I want to show you kind of what we're packing and the reason why we're packing it. Because from when we were in Chile last time, we had a lot of problem getting items specifically for camper van builds. A lot of the electronics and the 12 volt stuff just isn't available in Chile. You kind of had to order it from Amazon from the US and it took a long time to get there. We have our Caframo Sirocco fan. This thing's going to be a savior, I think, when we get to the tropics. We installed an actual vent in our van, but we could not source an exhaust fan anywhere. It was impossible. I actually brought that to Europe from Australia, and now we're going to bring it all the way to Chile, so it's going to be the world's most traveled exhaust fan. We've actually, in this bag, have a 12 volt shower, which we couldn't find either, and a lot of electronic stuff. So like the control panels, I've got fuse boxes, like RV specific fuse boxes, 12 volt stuff, and a lot of random bits and bobs, which I just couldn't find anywhere the first time we were there. Let's just hope this all fits into our 23 kilo limit. I have a feeling it won't, and we're going to be doing some shonky stuff at the airport. This little pile here is my clothes. This whole half of the bed is Vendy's clothes.
It's not folded yet, trust me. Trust me.
So you might have a problem here because we don't have a return ticket out of Chile because we have a car, and all the airlines say you need a return ticket. So I don't know if it's going to fly here. We're going to have to buy a really cheap ticket and get a refundable one. Also going to have some fun trying to sneak in an extra few kgs. See if I can do it. Got my laptop in my pants.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that went smoother than expected. Luckily they didn't scan our carry-on, which is such a gamble these days if they're going to do it or not. That was a long flight. and we are in.
We're back in Chile, guys.
We are in Chile, where we were here back in 2020 with some strange memories. All the respirators throughout all Santiago pretty much sold out. We are just around the corner now from seeing our van for the very first time in 2.5 years. This is going to be interesting. See what the state it's in after we haven't seen it in so long. Feelings, thoughts?
I don't know, anxious. Yeah, really excited, scared.
I'm worried that there's just going to be something, I don't know, majorly wrong that we didn't know about. God, there it is. Sí, sí. Ahí. Gracias. Aha, it's still here.
Hey guys, welcome back to Chile.
We are finally,
In Cactus Berry, Chile, Santiago.
we made it back to Chile and we made it back to our van. Our amazing friend Malcolm here has been looking after our van.
Absolute legends. With his girlfriend Susanna as well, we have to give her
Yeah,
as well.
if you're ever in Chile, you're gonna have to come check out Cactus Berry. It's the best vegan cafe in all of Santiago. We've just had lunch here actually for the first time. We were working on the place when we were here the first time and they've done such an awesome job. So well done, Malcolm. Let's see what the condition of our van is in, because we can't even remember what it looks like. Kind of just been sitting here in another couple of places. I can't remember what we even got up to.
I have no idea.
First things first, I think it needs a bit of a wash. Cosmetic.
Can we open it?
Yeah, open it. Oh wow. Oh, I got so much wood in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? I can't remember getting this far. Wow, it's much smaller than I remember.
Yeah, it's very small.
This is from living in our van in
I know.
Australia
We're
to going back to
spoiled
here.
now.
Wow,
But it's
tiny.
huge.
Yeah. Open the boot? Yeah. I remember that the gas struts don't go up very well.
Yeah, this is the thing.
So do you want to explain?
Off
Do you
camera.
want to explain what happened, Malcolm?
Yeah, I went to use the van and we drove out of Santiago for like 10 minutes and the wheel came off on the freeway.
So this is the axle.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, and this is where it grazed on the ground.
Yeah, And this is where they snapped off.
So this wheel just came straight off. Malcolm, tell us what else happened to this van while it was parked on the street.
So we went to the beach for the day. We left the van outside the cafe, and some robbers came and lifted it up and then stole stuff from underneath it, and then you couldn't change gear or anything.
Wow. We still got some work to do.
Yep.
Hey!
First
Sounds
try.
good.
Yeah, I think it sounds okay.
Yeah, it sounds good. That's broken. Handbrake doesn't work.
Gonna be happy, but we going!
So we've got the van back and we've just been spending the day cleaning it because it is so goddamn filthy. And I've just removed the rooftop deck. That was probably one of the last things we put in when we left. And this is what 2.5 years of living on the street does to your van. That's pretty gross. It is just full of composted leaves. Like everywhere I look, there's just shit and dust and dirt and leaves. The solar panel was unrecognizable. It was just completely brown. Like you wouldn't even think it was a solar panel until I cleaned it. So we're going to scrub it and we're going to polish it and we're going to probably scrub it some more and fix some more problems that we keep finding that weren't here when we had it last time. And then we're going to continue the build.
you're doing so great.
So there's this one street in Santiago, it's called Julio, and they have basically any part for any car you can find. So we are at a mechanic shop. We made a new friend. His name's Felipe. We met him through a friend and he's the most helpful guy we've ever had. He's basically taken the parts off, and this is how you do it here. You take the parts off and then you just go take this part to all the different shops and see if they have the exact same part. That means, you know, make sure you actually have the right part. If you buy it online, you might end up with the wrong one.
This is our shopping list, and this is actually the first parts we got. We're very lucky.
So now we have to go find this, which is called a lower control arm. Bushing in here is all stuff, so this one might be a little bit harder to find, but we are going to go to the next shop on the list to see if we can get it. Every shop here sells like different stuff. There's like one shop that sells brakes, one shop that sells suspension, and one shop that sells carburetors or something like that. It's quite funny, and you can find like every single item for any car on this one street.
So this is basically just cars pulling over and being fixed by like random guys on the side of the street. It's so cool.
So this is the strange things you see in a Chilean mechanic shop. This is now, it's the end of week 2 that our van has been at the mechanic. We've just been fixing multitudes of problems that we keep coming up with. We basically replaced half the parts, and every time we go out for a drive, we ended up breaking down again and coming back to these guys to get it fixed. We haven't left Santiago more than half an hour because we keep breaking down. So at the moment we are fixing a bent rear axle, and the axles can be replaced here or repaired, and the repair is much cheaper, so we're going for that. And let's hope that we're going to be able to get out of here as soon as we can, because we are just losing hope and faith. Round 2 of leaving the Santiago workshop where we've spent 2 weeks. We tried to leave yesterday, got about 100 kilometers down the road and had smoke on our exhaust. So we come back, fixed everything. Now it's the second time we're leaving. I really hope that we're not going back here. No offense, because we love the mechanic. He has been our absolute savior. His name is Felipe at Metal Auto. If you're ever in Santiago, you have to go and see him.
He saved our life.
Let's just hope we get on the highway, everything runs smooth, and we don't have any issues.
Christmas Day today, and we're preparing nice lunch, but there's been a lot of things happening behind the scenes, so it's kind of bittersweet. 2 days ago, after 6 weeks of really hard work, we finished all fixes on the camper van. We're ready to go traveling. And then we got a call from Marcel's sister about Marcy's mom. She's been fighting this illness for a really long time, but she got very bad lately, and we decided we want to go and see her.
Christmas this year is going to look very different for us. We are just 2 hours south of Santiago. It's as far as we have gotten so far. It's crazy. It's like this country does not want us here. Every single time we come here, we end up with problems and need to fly away. We are hoping that we're going to be able to get back here soon. A lovely friend, Felipe, he said we can leave the van with him for as long as we need to. We're flying tomorrow, the 25th of December, back to Sydney and hoping for the best. But it is very hard.
So we basically cooking this Christmas lunch. It's Christmas in Europe, not really Australian Christmas yet. Then we're gonna pack and head back to Santiago, sleep next to the highway, celebrate our Christmas, and then we're jumping on the flight tomorrow.
So we are basically cooking all the good food we have in our fridge, because we're gonna have to empty the fridges.
We thought we'll cook it in Patagonia, but things change.
So once again, it feels like deja vu. We are saying goodbye to our Chilean van for, again, we don't know how long. It's just, this is just the craziest story. I can't believe it, but we'll be back soon to the airport.